Okay, so we are going to do a mobility, agility, HIIT style workout, and then I'm going to finish you off with an Aldoa posture. And while we're cooling you down, I'll explain the principles and philosophies behind Aldoa. So that'll be a kind of a fun treat for you. So let's just kind of do a quick little warm up. So just to get the blood flowing, we're just going to kind of squat down, and you can place your feet wherever you want them to be, right? There's no rule. You can, whatever feels most comfortable for you is how you should place your feet. So we're gonna just do nice and easy ones. You don't have to go as slow as I am. Okay, if you're feeling good, then just use this as a warm up and go as slowly as you need to. Breathe, concentrate on your breath, make sure you're squeezing your quads, right? So if you get deeper into the squat, you're focusing on your glutes, but really the back squat, if you were to put a barbell back there, is more of a quadricep focus. It's a compound movement, so the entire leg is working, obviously. Okay, so 2 more like this. 1 more. So I'm gonna add and then I just want you to do some high knees. All the stuff we're doing today is functional, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. So don't feel discouraged if you're not exactly where you think you should be. Just keep moving this way, force your body to do these things. If you're ready, add a little plyometric. If you're not ready, don't. And just make sure that if you want to continue to use your body as you get older with no pain, this kind of stuff's really important. And you have to listen to your body and progress slowly. Now, if you're ready, you might want to double time it. Get the knees up. Okay, not better than me, hopefully. A little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to reverse it and do the bum kick. Slow it down. Let the cardio recover. Breathe. Good. And really try to kick that bum. Kick. Kick. Add a little plyometric if you're ready. I really enjoyed Sarah's yoga yesterday. So glad I have it taped. You as well. Have a copy of it. She's such a beautiful person. And it really shows through her practice. Double time it. Okay. Get the cardio going. I want you to be nice and warm for this. Okay? Really concentrate on kicking your bum. Kick. Kick. Good. Okay, so now those straight leg kicks. Okay, so you can go as high or as low as your body is permitting today. So this will bring your heart rate down. Still moving to keep you warm. Good, last 5. If you want to pick it up, please do so. 4, 3, every day is different. So just listen to your body. 1 more. Okay, so we're going to come down to the squat again. And I want you to push your your knees out with your elbows. Toes are pointing out a little bit. Get those hips opening. You're also going to feel a really nice stretch in the adductors. Okay. And then we're going to move into a downward dog. Cycle through. Okay, so drive your heels down to the ground, all while pushing your butt back. So you really want to get a nice stretch in the whole back part of your leg, including your calves, obviously. Widen your stance, and then just hold. Breathe. Heart rate will come right down. Okay, now widen your stance even more. And then I want you to see if you can have a flat back. And you're going to come up. So it looks like this from this angle. Down and up. So I want you to push your adductors. So put the tension in the inner part of your feet. So you're warming up the inside of those legs. It also gives you a nice solid foundation. Squeeze your core, just like that zipper thing. But I really want you to try your best to do 5 to 10 times a day. So really help alleviate. I'll tell a quick story while we're doing a few more of these. I woke up in the middle of the night with the dogs throwing up in our bed. That was fun. And good, come up. We're actually gonna do some calf stuff. Okay, so grab onto something, bend your knee, and just come up and down. This is going to help relieve knee issues. Okay, so I'm just getting everything warm up because we are going to add some plyometrics. Okay, so it's really important. And honestly, calf raises should be done 3 to 5 times a week, like just like this. Okay, this will help strengthen your knee. And then I will show you another exercise, which all the strong bodies ladies already know to do, very regularly switch. Okay, do about 10 per leg to make sure that we're supporting the knees. So this is a very important movement. We're not doing calf raises for bad reasons. We're doing it to strengthen our knees. It's very hard to build the knees, right? To keep them strong. This is an exercise that does it very easily and effectively. Okay, so you have to really concentrate on squeezing the calf. 2 more. And then when I went back to bed, my back was aching, just a shit bed. And I laid in bed and I did 10 butt squeezes, 10 zippers, and my lower back was relieved. It's amazing. Okay, just make the muscles do a little work, take some pressure off the lower back. Okay, so we're going to start with a very similar movement that we did on day 1. Okay, but I noticed very few of us actually did the coccyx. Okay, now I still don't look great doing it, but we're going to continue with this movement in a modified version so you get better, okay? So we're going to go into this position. I will lower the iPad or computer so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, that's better. So here, from here, you're going to come up and drive your hips forward. Come down, and then I don't want you to do it mindlessly. I want you to really rotate and then come up. And again, you probably will need to allow the upper body to help you. That's great, no problems. Okay, so we're going to do five of these per side. You do them at your own tempo. Okay, push forward. I really want you to push. And then come down. Focus on the external and internal rotation of those hips, and then drop. Okay, I want your body, if you have a mirror, you probably don't, but everything is straight, right? We're not here. I want you to come up and really focus on everything being straight. You're gonna get a really nice, deep stretch. Now, normally, what I have my clients do is a timed version of this. So we do it to a 50-second work, 10-second break, or 45-second work, 15-second break. We do it in real time, they follow along. But because I have no real idea who's doing these workouts, we're just gonna do it nice and easy. Because I think as soon as you add a timer to it, you speed up. And then you just get sloppy. Because you feel like there's a race to the clock. Okay, so that one is a nice, easy one too. Good one to start with. Now we're going to do jump jacks. I'm going to use my BOSU, but again, you can use your yoga mat, a bench, a step, but this is going to be quite advanced. My yoga mat or my BOSU is outside. So for this set, I'm not going to do the BOSU, use the BOSU. Pretend that my mat is the BOSU. I'm jumping on the BOSU and jumping off. Okay? We're going to do 10 of those. I wrote 10, so we're going to follow my schedule. So if you have something that you want to jump on and then jump back off, you can also step it. This is the agility portion. I want control. So you pick your pain. I'm just going to do a nice easy set. Sticking it, sticking, 2. So 1 is in and out, 3. Watch your knees. Don't let them drop in, 4. 5. 6. Nice work, ladies. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's good. That's the guard cardio going. This one's going to be the love-hate one. All my clients love this / hate it. But again, we have to really focus and do things that we're not good at so we continue to do these things. This, when you're 80, you're going to be so thankful that you did that. I know it's hard to think about that now, but watching my mom age and get older and notice how hard it is for her to do simple things is a huge realization for me of what happens if you don't force your body to do these things. So we're going to do a back bend reach. Back bend, I'm terrible at this. Okay, like some of these mobility people really can, you can look behind you, don't force it. Okay, be terrible with me. And then back. And then we're going to do a get up. You knew that was coming. Now there's different ways you can do the get up. You can cross your legs like so and force the front leg to push you up. Okay, and back down. You can cross your ankles. Okay, we're doing only 4 of these, maybe 5. We'll see how that, or you can just get up, however you want. Just get from the floor up, basically, and you'll look prettier as you do them. So we're going to do 2 back bends per side with a get up times 5 or 4, depending on how you're feeling. We're going to do a few rounds of this, so just pace yourself. So reach, look behind you, don't rush it. Sit all the way down and relax, and then push. This is a holy doozy on the right part of my arm, but I'm just going to force myself to do it because I'm super stubborn. I would not recommend you do that if you're like all of this bothers the other side. And I'm going to fist it because my wrist can't listen. But even rep 2 is already feeling okay. That's why I just feel sometimes it's important to push through a little bit of that discomfort and see how your body responds. Okay? That's 3. I'm not going to twist anymore with my ankles. I'm going to try without. I want to struggle a little bit, make this worth my time. I have thoroughly enjoyed making this the first thing I do in the morning for the last 8 days. Like, really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to stick with this routine, even though it's quite dark and gloomy. Very hard to get motivated this time of year, but I feel better throughout the day. And that's done. Okay, so pond jumps. Use your yoga mat as a visual, and your goal is to jump the pond. Okay, so you're going to jump over the mat. Now, push off with 5 on your dominant leg, and then force yourself to do 5 pushing off with your less dominant leg. If you hate how long this is, but pretend you're jumping. Don't do what we did last time. So I want you to just pretend you're jumping, like visualize this as a pond. 5 and 5, so 5 with your dominant leg pushing off. Some of your knees will say no way. So this is my right leg doing all of the jumps. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the 5th, or the 6th rep on my left. Okay. One more. Okay. Okay. We've got one more exercise. We're going to do the reach through. I was going to add a coccyx, but I'm in a good mood this morning, so we're just going to do the reach throughs. So that's what you're doing. Come back, reach through. Now modifications. Bend, and then just sit on your bum, and then touch. Okay, if you don't need to sit on your bum, but you need to keep your knees bent, totally fine. 5 per side. 4, 3, 2, halfway there, extend, see if you can touch. 5, feel in the abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab your water, or if you don't need one, we're going to start back with the external stretch. External hip stretch. Okay, here we go. I should play some music, but I don't think the music, I find the music not good when I do these. Push. Concentrate on externally, internally rotating, and squeeze. Okay. We're doing 5 per side. Good job, ladies. So happy to see that a couple of us get up. And I know 9 is 10 in Alberta. 7:30 almost killed me yesterday, but just for a few minutes. Now some of you might feel a little bit of the knee. Okay, you let your upper body help you in any way you need. Okay. 1 more, and then that makes 5, and push. Okay, that's such a great front hip stretch. Jump jacks. I'm gonna grab my yoga with my bow soon. Okay, give me 10 seconds. I had a client that she used to a bench and she jumped on her bench this way. I was like so impressed by her. Okay, ready? Lightly soft. I'm going to stick it. Doing whatever you want to do. It's your pain. Okay, your workout. 2, 3. You can always step down, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Let them get a little sweaty. Back bend get ups. So 1 per side. You don't even have to do the back bends. You can just do a hip. Oh, this is good too. You can get up and move into that when you're ready. One of my clients said she wasn't very good at these. To start, she started doing the football back bend, which I'll show you, and it helped a lot. Why didn't I think of that? Brilliant. Smart women. 2. Oh, I did the other arm first this time. That's okay. Just make sure that you do them both. I think that's 3. 4. 5. It's actually easier if you hold something in front like a weight, right? So if you see trainers acting all high and mighty online with the dumbbell in front, it actually makes it easier. Mostly increased loads make things harder, but those make her actually easier. Okay, so now we've got the pond jumps. So start with your last dominant leg this time, right? So I'm gonna go to the left, 5 per side, or 5 per leg leading. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch legs, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Reach through. Okay. Take breaks whenever you need to. 5, 4. Don't feel my wrist at all anymore. Reach 3 when I was warming up, practicing this. I was like, oh God. 2, not gonna be able to do that. A little bit of blood flow. We'll see how it feels later today. 1 more. Okay. I am just so petrified of waking up one day and not being able to do this stuff. I think I'm a bit crazy. I think it's who I follow online. They like scare me every day. I think we're gonna do 1 more round of this. We'll tone it down a little with the amount of reps. I just feel like our bodies are now working for us. At least that's how I feel. Does anyone else wake up in the morning and go, how am I going to even move? Oh gosh. And then you get up, you do something like this, and boom. You realize, I cannot stress it enough, ladies, you need to focus on external, internal. Don't just go through the motions, right? Twist, twist, visualize, right? Makes a huge difference. It's absolutely crazy how much increased focus will affect how much you get out of your movements. 1 more per side, just feels so good. Except for the knee, I'm gonna say my MCL, listen to me, I'm always feeling things. I guess I tell you this stuff because I want you to know that I feel everything that you feel every day. Right, it's hard. I totally empathize. We're gonna do only 5 of these. Okay, just 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other thing you can do, just out of for shits and giggles sometime, is do 1 leg. Right? Not today, but that's a really awesome way to improve some of the mobility, agility work in your body. Back bends, let's do 1 or let's do 2 per side. Okay? 2 per side. Here we go. As you get tired, you get maybe a little snappy. You should see some mobility coaches how incredibly they move their bodies. Time jumps. Let's do 3 leading on the good leg, 3 leading on the not so good leg. So 6 jumps. 1, 2, 3. Switch lead legs. 3, 2, 1. Reach throughs. Okay, we'll do 5 per side. It's easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me show you what I was wanting to do, just so you can practice in your own time. Touch, Cossack, rotation, come up. Okay, and then you do that by the other side. Twist, Cossacks. We did something very similar to this in real time a few months ago. And all of you were like, really, Tish? It's just fun little challenges. And you can see in real time that I'm terrible at them too. Okay, so we're going to now cool you down. Awesome job, ladies. Tuck your feet Okay, not like this. Come back and stretch. And I want you to open up your shoulders and then drop them. Breathe. Allow the heart rate to come down. You're also doing a little bit of foot yoga here. Last 4. Heart rate will come down now. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I need for you to go and grab a big thing of water. We can't do Aldoa if you're at all dehydrated, okay? The fascia is very sensitive to dehydration, which is Sunday morning after all the Christmas parties is probably impossible. Although it was created by an European osteopath, he passed away last year, but the person who certified me traveled the world, literally, to learn the Aldoa postures. Took him years. So he was got the green light to teach level 1, which I took full advantage of. I was the only kinesiologist in the room from Kelowna. Everyone else, and you had to be invited, was from all other parts of the country, which was a huge compliment for myself that he invited me. It was awesome. Most people were physiotherapists, some chiropractors, and our MTs. So all the people who were trying to make your bodies feel better after some type of injury. I'm going to teach you how to create space in your T8 and T9. I just have my notes here because it's been a while since I taught this. Big binder, and hopefully Mike, who is certified here, can teach me level 2 soon. But he's almost going through a depression after Guy passed away. It's so sad. I saw him in the summer and he's so sad. It's like his father passed away. So I don't know what's happening there, but anyways, I'm just forever grateful that it was created or was taught these 4 postures. Each posture creates space in between different parts of your vertebrae. I'm teaching you the T8, T9, which is in the thoracic area. Kind of like to say mid-back. You're probably not going to feel it perfectly today because these are postures that take a while to excel at. There's a lot of cueing. Like Mike would never cue or teach Aldoa online. He would want to be physically with you, touching you, but I don't really have that ability. So please listen to my cues. And eventually, if you practice these things, you will actually feel that certain part of your back creating space. And what happens when you create space is our spines, as we get older, compress, right? And so that's why everything feels so awful. So if we can do these postures to create that elongation and healthy space in the vertebrae, which then talks to all parts of your body, right? So if your vertebrae is straight and clean and has a nice fluid run of liquid through the fascia then talks to all the other parts of your body and you just feel better. So this posture is one that I have one for the lower, like the very lowest point in your back, a neck, and one a little higher up. But I thought this was a safer one for you to play around with. So what you're going to do with Aldoa postures is you only have to hold them for 1 minute. Now that sounds easy, but this is not a stretch. This is one of the hardest things physically you will put your body through. Believe it or not, it's awful. That's why people don't do these regularly, because it's tiring. I taught at Aldoa all day one day and I slept for 15 hours the next day. Because even though I didn't hold the postures, I was demoing for literally 8 straight hours because it's so tiring. So you do have to be very, very mindful of every fiber in your body engaging. From the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your coccyx. Everything is engaged. So the first thing I want for you to do, and I would also not do this on a mat. Okay, I would do it on a flat surface or a yoga mat, but I can't sit on the flat surface because it hurts my bum. So it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Mike would lose his shit if he saw this, but just find something a little bit more solid. Always in your bare feet, always you have to be very hydrated. Fascia cannot run fluidly without hydration. That is one of the most important things about the Aldoa postures. So we're going to make sure that your feet are pretty close together. Your knees are going to be about hips width, okay? They're not out here. So that in itself you'll feel some engagement. With keeping that posture, now I want you to keep your back straight. Now that's going to be a challenge for some of you, that's your posture. So once you get to this point, you're going to hold this for 1 minute and I'll cue the rest of the movements. But for now, if this is all you can do without this or this, you have to focus on this position first. Once you're there, okay, you're going to then put your arms up. Drop your scapula back to the pocket. Palms facing out. I want you to think about your arms and your torso being at the exact same line. Not like this, and it can't be like this. So, right, like you might want to tape yourself doing this or have someone watch you. Do it a few times to make sure. Some of you might feel work in the hip flexor. I will show you a really good stretch or like a mobility movement to release some of that pressure because that's going to be uncomfortable to hold for 1 minute. Okay, so we're sitting on the floor. We're putting our arms at the same frontal plane as the trunk. Knees are flexed close to the hips. We're going to tuck the chin in. Okay, tuck the chin in. Push the arches of your feet into the ground. Arches, push. They have to be engaged. Extend the arms and elbows, but while keeping the scapula down. Don't shrug up. And your axial extension from the coccyx to the vertex. So what that means is you're having a full extension here, all the way here. Okay, you're going to breathe. You're not holding your breath. Chin has to stay down. So we're going to now slowly get into position. Okay, get into position. Make sure that there's a lot of pressure on arches. That's going to cause some grief. Make sure your arms are the exact same line as your, tuck your head in. And in 3, 2, hold. I'm going to time you. Breathe. That's nice. Good. Continue to breathe. Stretch, stretch, stretch those arms. Good job, ladies. Keep pushing. Continue to breathe. Continue to put pressure on the middle part of your foot. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Breathe. Drop the scapula. You're halfway there. Chin down. Breathe. Nice fluid breathing. Your increased breath rate will occur. You're working hard here. Good job. Continue to breathe. I get sweaty when I do these. All while creating a middle part of your back. You might feel some tension there. If you're not, just keep practicing. In 10, in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, do not release. One arm at a time. One arm. We do not want to rebound all the work you've just done. This is delicate, ladies. So one vertebrae at a time. Okay, so there is your T8, T9. Maybe I'll teach you the L5S1 before the 10 days is done. That's the one that's right here. Okay, now before you go, let's just do the world's best stretch. Okay, so put your hand here. Good job. I hope that you enjoyed that. So when do you do Aldoa? You would do it, just want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. After your workout, before your cool down. Or if you're just doing Aldoa, warm up, Aldoa, cool down. Now let's twist and then come back up. Look to the eyes if you can, or sorry, eyes to the fingers. And then come down and then slowly switch to the other leg. I like to make sure that my hand and my heel are kind of at the same distance. You can keep your knee down too, or you can engage it, squeeze your quad, and then open. So that will be you do this, I do this before my workout sometimes, and this is so much nicer after, because you've got the blood in your muscles. You can move better, breathe, and then twist. And we'll open up one more time. And come down. I wanted to do something moderate intensity so we could get some sweat going. If you had a couple cocktails last night, you should feel better. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning into this workout. It sure does make it easier to push a little harder when there's a couple people watching and working out with me. Continue to drink water so you get the most out of your Aldoa posture. Make sure you eat a nice high protein breakfast and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, ladies.